Yep, okay, hey. Hello, CBC youth, and especially our middle school youth. I hope that you're doing well. Um, this is Sunday school. I'm recording it on Saturday. I'm in a t-shirt. I'm out in our pop-up in the backyard, which has been converted into my study for the moment, and it just doesn't feel quite right. But what does feel right is knowing that you guys are going to be able to see this, and that later we're going to be able to talk about this lesson and talk to each other about how you're doing. I want to know how you're doing. I have no idea. I'm doing all right. I have not given a high five or shaken a hand in 2 weeks, if that tells you anything. So I'm working very, very hard and losing my mind a little bit. But it's alright. I have some really important housekeeping things for you that I want to share. But I'm going to save that for the end of this short video. Hopefully, you know how short goes with me. But I'll share those in a bit. We've been talking about foundations. And this week's lesson was meant to be a foundation where we talk about when we endure persecution. And I use that word carefully, and I bear in mind all the Christians historically that have endured persecution of the sense of like being killed, property being taken, being separated from each other, being, stoned, whatever. And the church around the world today, there's members of the church today who experience that same kind of persecution and even lose their lives for their faith. So when I use persecution, I don't want to minimize those experiences of those saints past and present. But we, even in our own day, in our own time, whether we're at Indian Trail or Liberty Bell or UH or Homeschool, no matter where we're at, in our places, we can experience some level of persecution. And really what that comes down to, I think, is that choosing to follow God, putting God ahead, makes us lose some clout or credit or coolness with people around us sometimes. That's what can happen for us. That's what persecution might look like for us in our day. But right now, we're in this interesting moment where we've lost all those things we maybe would rely on for status or whatever. There is a wasp in the pop-up. I may at any moment get after him, or I'll just try to ignore him or her. I don't know. So we've lost a lot of these things, right? We're not getting to spend time with our friends like we want. We're not going where we want to be. Our sports, forget about that. No competition, no dance, no music. We've not even got the people around us that we would want to be cool for, that we would want to have approve of us. And so God is kind of taking all these idols from us, maybe. I don't know what your idols are, but I know He's taken away idols that I have. And even my own self-reliance. Guys, the fact that I'm living in a world that is almost completely virtual for now tells you that I'm having to walk in faith. Me who barely sends emails, right? And that's not even the biggest thing. There's financial things. There's my ability to feel useful by being helpful. Lots of idols have been stripped from me. And I'm sure the same is happening for you. And that is a good thing. When we go through periods of growth through challenge, kind of like many of us may be experiencing right now, we express to God what that's like for us. We tell Him how we feel about it. We're honest. Just knowing that it's for my good doesn't make it any easier to go through, right? But it does make it possible to go through, because I know the why. And so we're looking to the Psalms today for our lesson, because the Psalms express to God what we're feeling, what we're going through. I'm going to read from Psalm 38. In verse 9 he says, Lord, all my longing is before you. You can see everything that I desire right now. My sighing is not hidden from you. You know what's on my heart. You know what I yearn for, what I need, what I don't have. My heart throbs, my strength fails me, and the light of my eyes, it also has gone from me. My friends and companions stand far away from my plague. They're far away from me. And my nearest kin stand far off. The psalmist is telling God exactly how they feel about what's going on around them. The psalmist is not hiding their frustration, their anger, their fear, their sadness, whatever it may be, their pride. The psalmist tells it to God. Tell God how you feel about what you're not getting right now, about what you've lost. In quotes, because we're bearing in mind all the people who are suffering far more than we are. But he goes on to say in verse 15, But for you, Lord, I wait. It is you, O Lord my God, who will answer. For I said, Only let them not rejoice over me who boast against me when my foot slips. For I'm ready to fall, and my pains before me. I confess my iniquity. I'm sorry for my sin. Don't forsake me, Lord. Don't be far from me, God. My friends are far from me. My closest kin, my family, are far from me. I feel alone, perhaps. But you are not going to be far from me, God. Make haste to help me, Lord, my salvation. Idols get taken from us so that we can trust, so that we can rely on the one who is reliable, who is trustworthy. God, our Father, our friend, the one who loves us the very most. So I hope you're practicing some solitude. I hope you're practicing some social distancing to love your neighbors, even those we won't ever see. And I hope you're trusting God. The struggle you go through right now, whether it's trying to finish math homework or missing your friend or being so put up with having to be right around your family all the time, whatever it is, trust God in it and tell Him exactly how you feel. Give it right to Him. This is to refine us and help us go to the one we can rely on. Okay. So short. You may have to rewatch that. I want to engage with you. I want to talk to you. I'm not able to. Housekeeping. Good news. We will be able to engage Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm going to keep going through Corinthians. We're going to do chapter 7. I'm going to give a reflection, a lesson on it, which is really similar to today's lesson. Different, but similar. And then we're going to hopefully get on Zoom and all talk to one another through Zoom, which I'm really looking forward to because I miss your faces and hearing from you. In the meantime, call me, text me, holler at me. If you don't have my contact information, go to the church website, cbcjc.org, and underneath youth staff, I think it at least has my email on there. So go check that out. If you've already got my info, text me, holler at me. Have your mom or dad or grandma or uncle holler at me through Facebook, and we'll get in touch, okay? Every Sunday and Wednesday, the lessons, Sunday School and TWNT, will be on YouTube, just as usual. And then starting now, we'll also once a week on Wednesday do Zoom. And I'm hoping to do maybe more than once a week, but we just got to take it a little slow for my sake. This wasp will make me nervous, super nervous. And then we'll take it from there. In the meantime, holler at me. Let me know if you need anything. I'm praying for you. I'm trusting God for you through your life, working in this time, and I can't wait to hear about what He does. I love you very much. Be good. Be careful. Tell me what pulled on your heartstrings.